in Los Angeles, California, we're the mad scientist party hour.
Ho, ho, ho! Welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour! Yeah! My name's Kevin Kraft, joined once again by a man who dropped his pants and underwear into a toy donation box and is currently dangling some mistletoe over his boner. That's Jeff Clark.
What's up? Sounds like I might need to go on a list with those kind of actions.
And beaming to us from the inside of Santa's sack, the jolly bearded booger eater known as Shuddy Boy.
Yo, brah. You need to give me a second. After all of this 45-minute build-up to get down and record, I forgot a vital piece of equipment necessary for what I'm about to do.
I forgot my Bluetooth-enabled butt plug.
Dude, I actually I'm going pantsless this podcast.
Nice.
Truth be told.
You know, I actually, when we did Dragon Ball Queef a couple days ago, turns out I shit myself. So that was fun. Good thing I was wearing. Good thing I was wearing pants for that one.
When did you realize that you shit yourself as we're recording, and how come that wasn't brought up?
Mid-sentence, yeah.
You shit yourself mid-sentence?
Like straight up shit yourself or sharded?
Sharded.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. Well, that's a little bit different.
I was going to say, what a game face.
But if you just full on shit your fucking pants.
I mean, look, we were on a roll. I didn't want to derail the conversation. We talk about poop enough. I wanted to focus on the subject at hand, you know?
It's a real professional.
But yeah, this is the last show of the year.
Question. Before I go any further with what I'm about to do, did the beezin, you think, have anything to do with you shitting yourself? Because if that's what it leads to, I want no fucking part of it.
No, but it may have contributed to a couple of silent migraines, but who knows?
What's a silent migraine?
So I Googled it because this was starting to happen to me kind of frequently. I would get eye blinkies, and sometimes they would be sort of hook-shaped. And they would, blink and vibrate and strobe in my field of vision and be really annoying. And then it would sort of expand and just go out across the globe of my field of vision. And then sometimes when it would stop, I would get like an actual migraine, but not every time. And I Googled it once, and it said something about silent migraines. I was like, oh, cool. Another fun, manly thing about me. I get those.
Jesus Christ.
As I was saying, this is the final show of the year. We are going to be taking next week off. Enjoy Christmas, spend some time with the family, and just wanted to thank you guys in the Puminati for what is now a dozen years. A dozen years of poop and fart jokes and embarrassing stories and stunts and movie reviews and
people quitting
and queefs
coming back and
yep, all that, those things too. But
yeah,
it's been a fucking blast. No signs of slowing down yet. This podcast is 12 years old, almost old enough for R. Kelly to pee on, and we got to keep it going until we're at least legal.
I thought that meant we were almost too old for R. Kelly to pee on.
You might be
I
right.
think the sweet spot's 13 to 15.
Oh, okay. So we're coming of age.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
for R. Kelly.
Piss targets.
Yeah, to be in his fucking piss harem.
Yeah, be in his golden shower party.
Did you do it on both eyelids or just the one?
I did on both. So you're gonna be beezin as well, Shuddy Boy?
I'm beezin. I found it specifically to see if it's Kevin just being a bitch or if it really works.
We truly care about real science here.
I have not taken my medicine all day, so we're going into this with no completely controlled experiment.
Did you get stoned yet?
No,
That's the medicine I think he was referring to, right? You don't
Well,
have
yeah.
any.
No, I think you're
actual-
supposed to. I think you're supposed to medicine first, and then Burt's Bees.
is that what you did?
That's what I did. But let me just Google it again and double check.
Yeah, we don't want to fuck this up.
We need this. Yeah, we might have fucked it up last week. This week, the whole reason I'm doing it is to.
Well, I mean, Kevin did it, so we 100% fucked it up, probably.
Okay, so this is fucking awesome. There's a Wikipedia page for beezin, and it's a delight. Beezin is the practice of applying Burt's Bees brand lip balm, often menthol or peppermint flavored, to one's eyelids. This practice, besides causing a stinging in the eyes, is purported to induce or heighten the sensation of being drunk or high, or create a state of perceived state of enhanced alertness. What the fuck? Some commentators have claimed that the practice is not widespread as claimed, or is entirely made up, an example of moral panic. And then it has a picture of like some like lit little brat or whatever with a fucking beanie on and his bangs over his face applying the Burt's Bees. And then like a heavier gal whose features look all swollen with the headline, "The Effects of Beezin." Wow. Look this up,
I do
please.
dislike that the Wikipedia entry has a section called dangers.
It's a bunch of bullshit. I'm fine. Peppermint oil in the product is an eye irritant with the potential to develop into a full-blown inflammatory response requiring treatment. Oh, give me a fucking break. Get out of
You
here.
didn't need any treatment.
No. And I'm a weenie.
I mean, on the list of pranks stunts that you've done, where do you even rank that? Does it even rank?
No.
I love this.
Not even
October,
close.
April 25th, 2014.
It's like one of my
there's
letterback Steve grades.
An
or
article that
guesses.
said, I tried beezin and lived to tell the tale.
Oh, boy. What a fucking drama queen.
Did someone, was that a Fox or a Vox article?
Bustle.com.
What's bumming me out, excuse me, is the references. All of the citations are from damn near 10 years ago. There's one from 2013. It's like, oh, come on. We're that late to the
It
party?
just seemed to pick up steam again on Twitter. Not
Yeah, that's
Twitter,
when I saw it.
TikTok.
Yeah, it's TikTok, dude. They have all those gnarly trends. I'm telling you, you gotta download TikTok, Kevin, and
Everything I'm seeing after further research is that it doesn't do anything except hurt your eyes.
yeah, that's what you said, an eye irritant.
It didn't
I
hurt
don't
my
know.
eyes. I mean, once we got done with the show, I was very stoned. Then again, it doesn't take much. And I just took like a wet paper towel with some warm water and wiped my eyelids off and went about my day.
Well, now I feel like if I don't do it, I'm a bitch because I let the internet sway me.
Yeah, don't get scared, Shuddy Boy. It's okay. We'll get through this.
Yeah.
Should I get this fucking snow globe out of the way? Is it really just super distracting?
Yes, it's fucking stupid.
Oh, I knocked it over! All right,
Is
fine.
it broken?
No, it's still singing at me. I don't know. I was trying to do something festive to fix the coloring in this damn webcam that makes me look like a fucking bloated corpse.
I don't think you look that pale. I mean, you just kind of look like you. You're a pale guy.
Yeah, but I'm not that pale. I need to give myself every advantage I can in that department.
Put
Shit.
the lube bottle back up there.
No way. I don't want to get in the doghouse with Carl again. She thought that was weird of me.
I
That's what
actually
was
kind of
weird.
agree.
That's what was weird.
Yeah, go figure, right? Shit.
It's the little things that pile up, Kevin. You don't want to get on Carl's bad side.
I don't. No.
If you ever need help in that department, you let me know. I'm the Carl Whisperer.
I don't want to get on Carl's bad side.
True crime Carl is what I call her.
No, a happy Carl means a happy Kevin.
Speaking of true crime,
Oh yeah.
No, wait, hold on. What were you going to say?
No, we'll go into that. We'll go into that. I think those jokes we were making were in the Easter egg that isn't going to see the light of day.
No, that's gonna see the light of day.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, I saved it.
Oh, God.
Well, anyway, I was gonna say. Speaking of Carl, she, had a bit of a stressful week, so we had a nice low key weekend. I've got some interesting developments happening with some of my screenplays, so I was like, "Hey, I'm totally down to just chill out and have a relaxing weekend." Oh, okay, never mind.
How
Shuddy
much
Boy.
did you put on?
I don't know, a couple of rubs. Yeah, that seems like it should be good. All right, Shuddy Boy has applied the peppermint Burt's Bees to his eyelids. What's the sensation like, Shuddy?
It's cool. It's exactly like you described it, like when you're rolling and somebody blows a Vicks Vapo pen in your eye.
It's quacktastic.
It's not irritating. It's okay for now.
For now.
Let's hope it doesn't turn for you, buddy.
I know. Let's hope I don't lose my eyesight. Imagine I go blind beezin.
Well, think of the settlement you'll get when you sue Burt's
6
Bees.
days before my 42nd birthday, I go blind because I put Burt's Bees lip balm on my eyelids.
Wait, you're turning 42?
Nope, I'm turning 41. I apologize.
Yeah. Easy, Shuddy. You don't want to rush through these golden years.
It specifically says don't put on your eyes.
Those pussies.
So
Yeah.
I think that means I cannot get any money from them.
Well, no.
Yeah, no, you can't.
You were too busy putting it on your eyes to see the labels telling you not to do that. They should
It
have made
actually
it bigger.
doesn't say don't put it on your eyes anywhere on the label.
Oh, well, maybe we can get some money.
Cha-ching!
I know. I don't know where the box. Do you still have the box, Kevin? Does the box say don't put it on your eyes anywhere?
Oh, no, I chucked it. Because did you have to get a 2-pack as well?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, same. Well,
The first time I found it and almost bought it, I could only find it in an 8-pack.
Jesus.
And I was like, nope, you know what? We'll just wait until we find the. It's definitely irritating my eyes. Like it's
A lot
not...
of people are beezing for the holidays. You're feeling some sting?
No, like it's like tingling my eyes. You can tell like it's doing some like it's a little bit of a tingling sensation all over my eyes. I would consider that being the eye irritation they were discussing.
I would like to meet the chode that thought this up. Because it's not guaranteed that the person that thought it up was the first person that did it. It could have been just, it would be funny if we just put out on the internet that putting fucking Burt's Bees on your eyeballs gets you higher. And then somebody saw it and was like, ooh, I'm trying that. Well, you'll have to
You
give
think
us an
like it
update,
was
Shuddy Boy.
Burt's Bees who leaked it out? Maybe to move some product.
Hey, it worked.
Yeah,
We bought 4 tubes.
Yeah, I'm not a lip balm guy or chapstick guy, but I might need to get some so I can join the club, do some beezing myself. I don't want to be left out, especially if it feels like you're on Molly and people are blowing cool smoke in your eyes. That's kind of cool.
No, it definitely doesn't feel like you're on Molly.
Oh.
But
It definitely, there's no good indication of how it started.
well, you'll have to keep us updated with the progress of your stoneness, Shuddy Boy. We can see if this works, or if I'm just a weed bitch. Or
Well, I have a
you can
feeling
compare
my
it.
performance will indicate one way or the other how it's working.
You can give a comparison of mangoes, eating mangoes, which you're on the record of saying that eating mangoes before you get high gets you super stoned, right?
My move now is I eat a little bit of an edible, because you're supposed to eat mango 45 minutes to an hour before you smoke in order for it to be most effective.
Okay.
So I eat an edible, and then I'll eat mango while I'm waiting for right after the edible.
And then you smoke?
No, so then when the edible kicks in 45 minutes to an hour, it interacts with the mango perfectly.
The mango accelerates it.
Yeah, you're like a weed scientist.
My eyes are getting very watery.
Yeah, I wonder what it does to you if you don't smoke pot.
It says it's supposed to wake you up. And I can feel that because you're not closing your eyes and relaxing.
Yeah, well, shoving a cactus up your ass will probably wake you up too.
Yeah. You fucking shoot yourself in the leg, you'd be wide awake.
I'm going to say right out in my professional opinion,
Yeah.
You are a pro.
it's not worth it to bees.
Okay.
When mango is readily available and doesn't fuck with your eyes.
Yeah, you can even get mango in Pennsylvania. You can get it pretty much everywhere in the country. We can get it in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I think mangoes are legal in Pennsylvania.
Mangoes are legal in Pennsylvania.
Well, look
I
at
thought
that.
mangoes are more exotic than maybe
Mango are on the common side of the tropical fruit scale, at least
oh,
in today's world.
fair enough. I'm not a fruity kind of guy, so I wouldn't know.
They are awful to peel and cut. So I recommend dried mango or already cut mango if you're going to go that route.
Yeah, I've never actually purchased a whole mango myself because I've noticed that they're a fucking pain in the ass.
I'll buy them a couple at a time and I'll cut one and then the rest will go bad because it's such a pain in the ass that I can never get myself motivated to do it.
Oh, there you
So
go.
that's why I
agree.
switched to dried mango. Not that anybody really.
No, it's important. You're helping people get high, and that's kind of one of the things this podcast brings to the table.
Yeah, that's in our mission statement.
Yeah, it's
I
one of
don't
our
think that
core values.
Well, as I was saying before, Carl and I had a nice, easy weekend, watched a lot of movies, and, she would pick one, I would pick one, and I was like, what we have to watch? We have to watch Total Recall. And she kind of rolled her eyes, and she's like, all right. Like, she's not a big fan of Schwarzenegger. She's not a big fan of Stallone. Basically, just because she doesn't like dudes of that jackedness. She always says they kind of look like bags of snakes. And I was like, all right, I can get, they are testosterone driven, overly manly, like explosion, karate chop, whatever. So, yeah, more dudes like Total Recall and Schwarzenegger movies and Stallone movies. But she went in with an open mind, and when it ended, she was like, yeah, that was good. I was definitely entertained, and a lot of shit happens in that movie. And it got me thinking, I was like, if you compare the two, like Arnold and Stallone, there are some similarities in their filmography. I feel Total Recall, or maybe, no, I have to reverse it. Demolition Man is sort of like Stallone's Total Recall. Like it's his sci-fi action movie. They have their tentpole franchises that went for a very long time and actually are kind of still ongoing to this day with Terminator and Rocky. And it got me thinking, I wanted to get your guys' input on it. Who has more five dickers under their belt? Arnold or Stallone?
I think most people would say Arnold, but I think we probably have to check the tape, honestly, because Rocky 1, 2, and 4 are like clear five dickers. And I know people that are pretty passionate about Rocky 3.
I think what we need to do is do an Arnold and Sly bracket.
Okay. I thought you were going to say what we should do is put a poll up.
Well, I mean, we could do that too. That's much
can do
more
both.
relevant and gets us back on that train. But Jeff, you should put together a bracket that one side is all Arnold movies and one side is all Sly movies, and then we whittle them down to the best of each and put them against each other.
I feel like okay, but just workshopping
Well,
that
that's
idea.
that's.
I think
let's-
we can just get to that ourselves, right?
I mean, it's really on Arnold's side. Are we in any disagreement that it's T2?
No. Kevin,
Sorry, I was putting the poll together.
best Arnold movie.
Best Arnold movie? Yeah, it's T2.
Okay. And where do we go? Whatever's best of Sylvester Stallone, which I think we'll have differing opinions on, what would be his best? Would anything that you would come up with as his best top Terminator 2 Judgment Day?
I think Rocky. I would like to put that to vote, but I feel like our audience is gonna just skew towards Terminator 2. And maybe Terminator 2 is a better movie and more popular even outside of the Puminati. I don't see Rocky beating T2, but like
I feel
it really depends on the day for me on that competition. I think Rocky is
So,
one of the greatest movies ever. Like I fucking love it.
Oh, sports.
Rocky Best Picture nominee.
Yeah, I don't even want to use. I didn't win Best Picture.
I think it did.
I don't even want to use that argument.
What I'm saying is when you look at it as pure cinema, that's probably the better movie compared to T2.
Rocky?
As far as from a
Like
film
list.
standpoint, like film, like if you're watching it as a film person, as far as directing, story,
It's tough.
but I think as far as just an amazingly fun popcorn, just all-time movie that can watch at any moment from any point in the movie and be completely engrossed in it, T2 would win.
Yeah, what gets your nipples harder? If we're all hanging out, drinking beer, smoking weed, and someone's like, hey, we should put on T2, or hey, we should put on Rocky.
I honestly, it depends on the day. Like
now in that argument, it's going to get weird here because in that argument, 99 times out of 100, I'm saying T2. But if somebody says to me while we're drinking and getting stoned, do you want to watch Terminator 2 or Rocky 4?
Is Rocky 4 your favorite?
Rocky 4 is my favorite of the first four Rocky movies. And it's just because it's the first one I saw. You know, like I saw that one and then I saw probably Rocky 2.
Okay.
Because I remember Rocky 3, I'm sorry. Because of Mr. T.
Yeah.
I love Rocky 4. Like I absolutely love that training montage in Russia is probably one of my favorite scenes in cinema.
I used a lot of 2022 filling in my Stallone movie gap. I've now seen every Rambo, including the modern ones, and the only Rocky movie I haven't seen, if you want to be technical, is Creed 2.
But you better get on that since Creed 3 is...
I know. It's not like the only way to watch it is you have to fucking rent it. So I'm going to rent it on Prime. Probably before the year's out. But okay, if you put the franchises head to head, no matter how good Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 are, Rocky is consistently better.
Correct. There's a significant drop off in the Terminator films after Judgment Day. Whereas Rocky doesn't start to kind of fall off until 5. Then Rocky Balboa sort of starts nosing it up towards Creed, which Creed was very good.
Oh, yeah, I loved Creed.
I think Rocky 1 and 2 are unquestionably the best two movies like in a franchise ever.
Because if you're
asking
asking
against Terminator 1 and 2, I'll put it up against Godfather 1 and 2, I'll put it up against anything like Rocky 1, Rocky 2. You could watch that without taking a break, and it's amazing the whole way through.
You guys are probably going to call me a chode for this statement, but if I'm picking my favorite Stallone movie, it's Demolition Man.
I'm not gonna go. No, no. Stallone is so great, and this is what makes this conversation fun. Stallone and Arnold are so great that you don't have to go T2 and Rocky as your favorite movie. Like for me to like think of you as like a credible source on that. Like it's fine. Like hey, Demolition 2 or Demolition Man, excuse me, kicks fucking ass. It does. I was literally just thinking about this the other day. Like First Blood, that is a five dicker, unquestioned. Like one of the better movies ever made. Like it's fucking sick.
Yeah.
That movie kicks so much ass. I don't know, man. It's a tough one. It would be like a fun bracket to do, honestly, or a fun poll to do. I just know the Puminati, and I know they're gonna go Arnold. I know it.
Well,
know?
I did put up the poll on Twitter. Oh my God. They put a fucking...
Is it COVID misinformation?
Elon Musk is so cool. We got a warning on this tweet for sensitive content. Because it put out who has more five dickers under their belt. So it might get nerfed and lost in the algorithm.
Well, he put in we're probably going to get shadow banned.
So
but if he knows that I'm working for Outkick, we should be...
I thought this was all about free speech.
You fell for that? Well, anyway, so far, it just went up, but Schwarzenegger has 8 votes, Stallone has 0.
Yeah.
But it's very early. It's only been up for a couple minutes.
Like, you guys think it's stupid. I think Arnold's got a legit 5-dick Christmas movie. I don't think Stallone does. Like I love Jingle All the Way. I don't understand why, and no one agrees with me. I don't fucking get it.
I'm glad you brought up Jingle All the Way because Dom made me watch Santa with Muscles.
Oh yeah, with Hulk.
For what the fuck did I just watch?
And I'm getting to it. Somehow, this piece of shit movie has 4.4 out of 5 rating on Amazon.
Oh, dude. You can't trust 101,
Amazon. But one of the 3 negative 1-star reviews starts off, the review is, this movie stinks. This makes Jingle All the Way look like Miracle on 34th Street, both the 1947 one and the 1994 one.
That's awesome.
Jingle All the Way fucks Miracle on 34th Street right in its ass.
So
Santa with Muscles, by the way, sitting at a comfortable 1.7 on Letterboxd.
Too high.
Which Jingle All the Way on that again?
I can't believe Mila Kunis is in this movie.
It was her first full-length feature.
And Garrett Morris? Clint Howard, Ed Begley Jr. And Macaulay Culkin's wife?
Who is Macaulay Culkin's wife?
Brenda Song.
No idea.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Song?
I think she did like Disney shit or something when she was younger.
I don't even remember her being in this movie.
She's last billed.
It's number 12 on her Letterboxd, though.
So I'm looking at Arnold's page, and I mean, Terminator 2, 5-dicker. Terminator 1, 5-dicker. Predator, 5-dicker. Total Recall, 5-dicker. Like his first 4 are 5-dickers. But my stuff with Arnold, like the first time I watched Total Recall when I was young, I'd maybe put it as like a 4-dicker. Then over time, it grew as a 4.5. And then my most recent watch, I was like, there's not a second of this movie where I'm bored. Everything is fucking excellent. There's great cheesy one-liners, 3-titted lady, Arnold doing some of his best. There's like when people get shot, there's explosions of blood. It's got sci-fi shit. It's futuristic. I don't know. I never even knew that people considered the ending ambiguous. Were you guys aware of this?
I gotta be honest, it's been a while since I've seen Total Recall. I'm gonna have to rewatch it to I don't remember the ending, if I'm being honest.
So, I mean, the whole point of Total Recall is he's like a construction worker. He's kind of bored. He wants to, like, traveling and taking interplanetary vacations is expensive. So there's this company that will implant fake memories in your head of a vacation that you didn't even go on, but it'll feel real. And then while he's in there getting that process done, something goes wrong and he doesn't get imprinted. And then they trigger something in his brain that he's actually a sleeper agent, and he was hypnotized already to think he's a construction worker. So then everybody starts hunting him, and he goes to Mars. And then I always just assumed that was the story, but there are people saying that the ending of Total Recall is like, oh yeah, the whole thing was his memory that he paid for. And I say, no, that was all fucking real. He's a real spy.
Do you hold that belief after your recent viewing as well?
Yeah. And then they point out, they're like, the coincidences and stuff are just too far beyond for it to be a real thing. Everything he experiences in the movie of Total Recall was the imprint that he paid for.
And I can't really get into specifics. Not that I can't. I don't think I'm able to really. But like after I watched Shutter Island the first time, I kind of had like a similar mind fuck.
Yeah,
where
me
it was
too.
Just like, wait a second. Was he crazy? Like, wait a second. Wait, like I don't know. Like I that was actually one of my favorite movies I'd ever seen in the theater. I thought that fucking ruled.
Oh,
and
Shutter
just
Island
like the
fucking rules.
effect that it had on me, and like walking out of the theater, I was like just so blown away and so into what I just saw. I think I've only watched it once since, because like I've heard people like and read people kind of picking it apart, and
How dare they?
not even picking apart, just like
Just throwing out their theories.
yeah, and it was kind of like I don't know. I don't know. I just haven't went back to it, so I don't know. I want to rewatch. Rewatch Total Recall, because this sounds really interesting, actually.
I feel like I have to watch Running Man again, because last time I watched Running Man, it was a 4.5 dicker. That could be a 5 dicker. Running Man is fucking sick. God damn it, I love Running Man.
You know, you need to. We need to revisit is Eraser.
I have revisited Eraser. And god damn, that movie is so fucking goofy. I think you need to revisit Eraser.
I watch it at least once a month.
All right, so let's look at Stallone.
But what about I know Shuddy disagrees, but True Lies, where do we rank that? Are we done with Arnold 5 dickers?
It kind of sucks because Fox owns True Lies, and that was part of the catalog that Disney bought, and apparently Disney has no intention to ever re-release any of that shit. So it's not streaming anywhere. I don't even think you can rent it anywhere. Maybe on Apple or iTunes or something, but I don't think you can pay to rent it or buy it on Prime. I don't think it ever got released on Blu-ray. So I haven't seen it.
Did I watch it?
In a
Wait,
long
you can't buy. Wait a minute.
I don't think either. If they did put it out, it's out of print. Like if you go to Amazon, I don't think you're getting like a $10 Blu-ray of True Lies if it exists.
True Lies is on Peacock right now.
No fucking way, it is.
And according to Letterboxd, it sure fucking is.
Oh, I just came in my pants. Oh, what a fucking wonderful day. I think I'm watching that tonight.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Shuddy. And happy
Good work,
birthday to
Shuddy.
you, because you can watch it.
Thanks. I won't
Nice.
be.
Spreading some Christmas cheer. Good stuff, guys.
I'm gonna watch a movie for my birthday with a plane in it. It's gonna be one of the Top Guns.
See, according to my Letterboxd, it's not on Peacock, but I don't know. That happened to me in the past as well.
Did you click on? Did you click on all services?
No? Where the hell's that?
Hold on, let me get in the app. I'm looking at it on the computer.
No.
Well, yeah, the computer might have more options than the app does.
Let's see.
Either way, I'm of the mindset that True Lies is a 5-dicker.
Click where to watch. So when
There's
you're
not
on
a
the front
button.
page,
God damn it.
right under the rating, which has it at 3.5, by the way, probably
Tad low.
rightfully
Tad low.
where it belongs. It says where to watch, and I have Amazon and Peacock showing.
Fuck me. What a glorious day.
And then I click on it, and you can buy it on Amazon or stream it on Peacock Premium.
Okay,
So
because the last
everything
time
you said was stupid and wrong.
No, what the fuck? Look, this is on Prime. True Lies, this video is currently unavailable. Are you talking about the Blu-ray of it?
Yeah, you can purchase it, the disc.
All I'm seeing is an import from Spain.
Well, again, and then
then a
right here,
DVD.
Prime on DVD.
Yeah, I'm not buying a DVD for $32. I think I already have True Lies on
$19.
DVD.
Well, it's not wrong that you can buy it, but it's also
I forgot.
streaming on Peacock.
Okay, well,
Wait a minute, Kevin. Is there really a huge difference for you between DVD and Blu-ray?
oh yeah. When was the last
Oh,
time you
shit.
popped a DVD in?
I don't even think about it. I think we have plenty of DVDs and Blu-rays.
They're rough. Especially
What?
especially on these big flat screen TVs that everybody has nowadays, you see all the imperfections of a DVD.
Huh. Okay. I don't know. I guess I never.
All right, well, that was a very long-winded conversation just about True Lies and its availability, but if it's on Peacock, I'm rewatching it, and I'm fully prepared to give it a 5-dicker, and if it's not, I'll be very surprised. But that's definitely in the conversation. But then when you go to Stallone, his top 4 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which doesn't count because he just has a small role in it. Suicide Squad, where he plays a shark.
What?
Wobble, wobble.
God, you're pissing me off. Where the fuck are you finding this?
On Letterboxd.
God, that
Rocky is number 3.
I
and
hate
then
that
Creed,
fucking app.
Creed is number
Wait.
2.
The two. Why do you guys use that fucking app?
They're the 2 most recent movies he's been in, Jeff. Relax.
Fair enough.
Relax. Arnold is no longer acting, so it's not. And I say that in quotes.
Wait, no, I thought he was talking about Stallone. My bad.
These are Stallone's, but Arnold's movies, he doesn't have any real newer ones like Guardians of the Galaxy or Suicide Squad that are being searched by for other reasons other than Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'll say, okay, deep cut, Stallone 5-dickers, Cliffhanger. I don't know if you guys are with me on that.
I haven't seen that movie in a very long time.
I think Cliffhanger's incredible. Cobra is not a 5-dicker, but it's fucking great. And I think Judge Dredd is underrated. I watched Judge Dredd for the first time pretty late in life because I always heard about people talking about how stupid it is. And I was like, oh, these people have lost their goddamn minds. That was a fun fucking movie.
I saw it in the theaters.
Wait, Shuddy, you have Judge Dredd as a 5-dicker.
I sure fucking do. I love that fucking movie.
He gets unfairly shit on for that.
I am the law.
Okay, so the Rambos. Does anything past First Blood get a 5-dicker?
No.
Which is weird because the other ones are everything but First Blood is Rambo like out in combat and in a war, which is what most people think of when they think about Rambo movies.
Right, but the shit with him versus the small police department was so dope. And how he just like reverted to like Green Beret mode. Like, fuck these guys. Like, I'll take on this whole fucking police force. And like whoever the guy was, his colonel, his dude in the Green Beret. It's like, dude, you don't want it. You don't want it with Rambo. You do not want it with Rambo.
I watched, so the one piece of the Rambo puzzle that was missing that I just watched recently was Rambo 3. And it's got really bad reviews, but one scene in particular, he's fighting this big giant dude who's bear hugging him, and he pulls the pin on one of his grenades, and the guy's like, ooh, 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 and lets him go. Rambo fucking karate kicks him in the chest. The guy falls through a hole and gets tangled up in a rope, and then you see the inside of this cave that this guy's falling down. The neck, or the rope catches his neck, snaps it, and then a split second later, the grenade explodes him, and it does one of those 80s explosions where there's like a cougar sound effect in the background, where it like explodes, but then you hear like, "Rawr!" And I was like,
what you're talking about. Okay.
I was like, oh, that fucking scene just saved this movie. That was awesome. Again, not a 5-dicker, but awesome scene.
A movie.
3 is the one where he's pit fighting, right? At the beginning?
Yes, yeah. He's got like kendo sticks or whatever, battling a dude.
That's not even fair. A movie you didn't mention that I think is, I'm going to have to rewatch it. I'll say it's comfortably a 4.5 dicker, but Copland. Copland fucking rules.
I haven't seen Copland since the theater.
I've never seen Copland.
Copland kicks ass. It's like a legit, like it shows off Stallone's acting chops. The dude can act.
Stallone, better actor. And while we
sure.
were talking about Shuddy, you mentioned Rocky and its accolades won 3 Oscars. It did get Best Picture that year.
Like adapted screenplay?
It got
or original.
Best Director and Best Editing. And then these are all the nominations. Stallone, leading role. Talia Shire, leading role. Burgess Meredith, supporting role. Burt Young, supporting role. Best Writing, Stallone. Best Sound, and Best Music Original Song for Gonna Fly Now by Bill Conti.
Wait a second. Can you go back to the Best Supporting? Because didn't Burt Young get nominated too?
He said Burt Young after he said Burgess Meredith.
Okay.
He said Best Supporting Burgess Meredith, and then you started having a convulsion as he was saying Burt Young.
Because we talked about that recently, me and my brothers. If you look at that supporting actor that year, that category, I think it was like fucking stacked. And the dude who won it was, I think it was Ned Beatty from Network, right?
Oh, I don't know.
I think if you're able to click in, I think it was Ned Beatty, and he's the guy who's like effectively in the Illuminati telling this dude to like shut the fuck up. Like, have you ever seen Network? Have you guys seen Network?
No.
Oh, that movie fucking rules. But what, Kevin, put that on your watch list. I know you'll be watching a ton of movies over the next couple weeks. Network, I think you would like it, Kevin.
Yeah, I agree. It's just one of those movies I haven't gotten around to watching, but it's in the old watch list.
Dude just fucking like kind of loses it and is just like, I don't know, just goes off about like society and stuff, and like he picks up real steam, and like his whole counterculture bullshit, like the studio or the corporation begins to use it in their benefit, and this guy comes from like the fucking top floor, just like, dude, shut the fuck up. I don't know, it's awesome, but like the supporting actor category that time was sick.
Yeah, it was Burgess Meredith, Burt Young, Ned Beatty, and Laurence Olivier.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, and Ned Beatty won it, and I think he was on screen for like 5 minutes. Like, it was just that scene.
I mean, the blurb for this movie is just incredible. When veteran anchorman Howard Beale is forced to retire his 25-year post because of his age, he announces to his viewers that he will kill himself during his farewell broadcast. Wow.
Yeah. And then it gets like crazy like ratings, and like the ratings bounce back, and the TV exec's like, well, wait a second.
Maybe we should let this guy off himself.
Yeah, wait a second. This guy's got something now. But if we were to do a Stallone versus Schwarzenegger bracket, I think I would stagger them. Like, I might go Arnold versus Stallone, or I will probably just power rank their best movies and just try to find eight for each. And yeah, like mix and match. But we'd have to find someone else to vote on it. I mean, we could do Dom again, but I
Dom
don't
could
know
be
if
a
we,
good. I mean, he is a little biased because Total Recall is on his Mount Rushmore, but
yeah.
he could be more into Stallone's campier stuff. I don't know.
But what if
We can
it
ask him.
doesn't make it though? Because I like Rocky 1, 2, and 4 are on there. Rambo's on there. Demolition Man's on there. And if this motherfucker's on like page 7 of IMDb for fucking Stallone, like, well, wait a second. What about? I can't even think of a dumbass movie he might like, but it might like muddy the vote. So, I
Yeah.
mean, Dom's the man. So if we're gonna do it with him, that's cool too. But I don't know. We can figure it out. I was actually thinking of another bracket I wanted to run past you guys. Something that we do in 2023. It's going to take me a little work, but I was thinking maybe a conspiracy theory bracket where we figure out our favorite conspiracy theory or the best or however you guys want to vote on it. We'll just like obviously the one seeds 9/11, right?
That's a pretty strong
I
one.
think, right? Can you think? I mean, JFK, moon landing. And there's some strong one seeds out there. Would you even consider JFK a conspiracy? Well, that was actually brought up in like my Outkick Slack. They were like, I don't like that's not a conspiracy, right? Like does anyone actually believe like Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone? Like, I don't think anyone believes it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem. It doesn't seem like the definitive conclusion of that event.
This is kind of random. Bit of a detour, but sticking with movies. One of the guys that I know. Are you drinking?
I'm just polishing off the rest of this bottle of wine.
God damn it. I love unemployed Kevin.
At 2
Good
o'clock
work,
in the
buddy.
afternoon.
Fuck it. I love it.
Fuck it.
One of the,
You're definitely taking the writing seriously though if you're sitting around drinking at 2:30 wine at 2:30 in the afternoon.
Hey, this is MSPH day. Mondays are devoted solely to MSPH.
nice.
I
You real
was making just
professional.
trying to make a
But-
joke about you being a real writer. That's all.
I mean, yeah, writing actually does unlock some of my brain juices. I'm not gonna lie.
Drinking?
Yeah, but just a quick update on that. So, the homie Christian Hand is passing Zombie Beach Party on to a producer buddy he knows because I gave him a copy and he really liked it and he was like, "Yeah, let's try and do something with this." So he's helping me out with that one, and a couple people reached out to me and they were like, "Now that you're unemployed, why don't you try your hand at just putting one of these screenplays through? Use this time to finally get something done." And I'm getting the John Cooper script, which I basically wrote to be my Clerks, because it's extremely low budget, very minimal cast, very minimal set locations, and I have a producer who's going to read it and give me a budget. And if the budget's low enough, I'm going to talk to some people who I know who might be interested in investing and getting a couple of points on it and see how much I can raise on crowdsourcing. And if it's doable, if it's within a realistic range, I'm going to fucking do it.
Fuck yeah.
That's exciting, dude.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, if the script as it is too expensive and he's like, okay, if you cut this, and this, it'll bring it down considerably and put it in a, like a realistic sphere, I'll probably do that. But if it's just no matter what, like, yeah, if you want this to actually be able to go into theaters, go into festivals, you have to do everything through unions, it's going to cost you this much and there's no getting around it, well, then I'm fucked and I'll, put my resume in at Ralph's.
Well, I mean, kind of back to square one on getting your own movie off the ground, but I hear you.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like it's one of these now or never things. I've been trying for fucking decades, and the planets have never aligned, And now that I got a basically zero budget script under my belt and an abundance of free time on my hand, why not fucking go for it, you know?
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely, dude.
But anyway, sorry. Back to the brackets.
No, I'm gonna try to put together a conspiracy theory bracket because I think it's hilarious talking about conspiracy theories.
I do too. Like some people just get really annoyed. Like it's not like I believe any of them. It's fun to present them and pretend like, what if? Yeah, what if the Earth is flat? What if there's the hollow Earth theory is real? And there's like fucking dinosaurs and lizard men at the center of the Earth.
I mean, how far can this might be a bit of a hot take, but how far from conspiracy theory is Christianity or Scientology, right? I mean, it's kind of like a leap of faith. Like, hey, there's a guy up there in the sky watching you. You better behave. Like, I don't know.
If you credit card yourself and sniff it too many times, you're gonna fucking burn in lava for 1 trillion years.
That's a conspiracy theory I can get behind.
Yeah.
Dude, so the kind of movie, keeping within the movie conversation, this is one of the funniest fucking tweets I've ever read. And I don't want to like, it's a guy that I work with. He tweets shit like this all the time. He's like super pro-American. I'm cool with all that. Loves football, whatever, likes movies. He actually does like a movie review blog for Outkick. He doesn't cover every movie. He generally covers movies that he thinks he's going to like and like, whatever. So he tweeted out last night, I told my girlfriend we're going to sit down and watch Red Dawn. She responded with saying she'd rather watch Selling the Hamptons. She's now currently packing her bags and getting the hell out. I like her, but any woman who won't watch Red Dawn isn't a woman worth knowing.
Wow.
I want to talk to him. Like, how serious is this tweet?
Did you really kick your girlfriend out?
Did you actually break up with your girlfriend because she didn't want to watch Red Dawn? Because if that actually happened, that is so good. That's like some Costanza shit, right?
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. I mean, and what was the thing she wanted to watch? Selling Krampus?
Selling the Hamptons.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
One of those real estate TV shows where they're selling houses on the Hamptons, I'm assuming.
Christ.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Right. It's one of those Bravo shows, whatever.
I'm not going to lie. Obviously I wouldn't do it, but it popped into my head because when my second turn of picking a movie over the weekend was Die Hard, and I was like, "What are your thoughts on Die Hard?" She's like, "Well, I've seen it once.
Like that he smokes cigarettes.
I've seen it once. I don't really remember it." She used to work at Nakatomi Plaza, so she's like, I mean, that building, like, it is, by me, and it's also in Airheads, which is kind of funny. But she was like, "Yeah, I'll give it a shot." And she's a huge fan of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, so she's like, "Yeah." And Jake Peralta's quoting it all the time, so I could use a refresh and get it fresh in my mind. And she clearly remembered very, very little of it, like the part where, Hans Gruber is like, "Clay, Bill Clay," and he hands him the gun. She's like, "No, no, no!" And the
Hans, booby.
The part when he's on the roof and he ties the fucking fire hose around his waist and jumps off when the C4 explodes and then has to shoot through the window. And then, oh no, he's not out of the woods yet. The little fucking reel that wraps up the fire hose plummets down and starts pulling him out the window, and he gets it untied at the last second. She exhaled like she had been holding her breath for 2 minutes, like, and I was like, yeah, she's a keeper.
Die Hard. Nice. She'd watch Red Dawn.
Sure.
Man, listen to this fucking weak take from one of the strongest Puminati out there.
Oh no! Oh no!
I don't. Do either one of you guys follow Poop and Kathy on Twitter?
No.
Yeah.
Give me your thing. I'm going to rectify that right now.
Hey. I can text it to you, right?
Why is she real incognito about her shit?
Well, she's what do you like? She's got the lock symbol next to her name.
Yeah.
You have to request or whatever. So I'll just text it to you guys. But she responded to the poll. I can see it because I follow her. The Arnold Stallone poll. I don't know. I hate them both.
Oh,
That is a red flag.
oh, come on, pooping Kathy. I thought you
You're
were
better
cool.
than that, pooping Kathy. Come on.
Oh man.
But Stallone creeping back into this. 24 votes. Um, Schwarzenegger's got 16. Stallone's got 8, but he's on the board.
So wait, is that her like personal account or
I
her persona of pooping Kathy?
I think both. I mean,
All right. Well, I
her
just
name
requested
is
it.
pooping Kathy, but it's locked. So I don't know, right? I could just say it, right? Because if she doesn't want you to follow her, she would just won't approve. That's
Yeah.
that. I mean, she's the gatekeeper.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
at Kathy off.
Yeah. There you go. All right. I just requested to follow her, but man, I'm wishing I could undo that now that blasphemous tweet she sent about liking neither of them.
Most of her tweets are fucking awesome. I send them to you guys every now and then. It's great. She oh, I don't know. I think it was Stern. It could have been us. She replied to either Stern or one of our tweets with like talking about her piss flaps, and it was just it was fucking wonderful. It was wonderful. I love that lady.
Yeah, it's a little closer than the poll than when I last checked it. 69% Schwarzenegger, 31% Stallone. I mean, they're
I think
both
the bracket.
juggernauts. Come on. Legends. Living legends.
Yeah, I think
And
the bracket would make the Puminati realize that this matchup is closer than I think they want to think it is. I feel like since I've been like since I've been a kid, Arnold has been considered pretty much the best action movie star or a better leading man at least than Stallone. And
okay, do you
while
have a thought on the best action movie ever? Because after watching Die Hard again last night, I mean, I've seen Die Hard a trillion times, but it's got to be in the conversation.
100%.
I
I
mean,
think
just
Matrix is.
the writing in it is just every little thing pays off. Even fucking coked out Ellis when he meets John McClane in the office for the first time, and he's like trying to flex. He's like, Holly, show him the watch. She's like, no, I'll do it later. Nah, come on, she's being bashful. Come on, it's a Rolex. That's the watch John McClane fucking unclasps to let Hans Gruber fall to his death. Everything has like a payoff that gets referenced. It's just like even the like the guy R.I.P. who plays the hacker when he's blowing through all the security safes or whatever to get into the vault. Just the part where Hans Gruber's like, "Oh yes, we needed the FBI to turn off the power grid to get to the final failsafe. You asked for a miracle, I give you the FBI." Just brilliant fucking writing.
I would say The Matrix is probably the best. I think that's probably the best action movie.
It's definitely in the conversation.
I mean, that gun battle in the lobby is just.
Yeah.
I don't think it gets better than that, right? I don't know. And then the final fight scene with the agent, that's fucking sick. Don't want to do spoilers.
Well, now that we're talking about movies, and I guess we have been the entire goddamn show, but I went to the cinema on Thursday and had another fucking moronic Kevin Kraft moment. So I still got that AMC pass thing where you get to see like 3 free movies a week or some shit. And I used it to get my Avatar ticket, Avatar 2.
The Way of Water.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yep. And I went to the wrong goddamn theater. And thank God that AMC has 30 minutes of previews and then 5 minutes of AMC propaganda that you have to sit through before the movie actually starts. So I was able to drive from the movie theater at Universal Studios to Burbank and still get there in time to watch the Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumanium trailer. And Nicole Kidman doing her, every time we go into the cinema, magic happens. Which gets the biggest applause break of anything in any movie you go see at an AMC theater. But yeah, Avatar 2, I got a laser AMC Dolby IMAX 3D fucking screening of the 13 different variants available to see that movie.
And
I liked it. I'm not going to lie. I liked Avatar. I thought that was fucking cool. Yeah, sure, it's not the most groundbreaking storyline ever. It's basically just a sci-fi Dances with Wolves. It's been said a million times. But it was fun. The visuals were fucking mind-blowing. And they still are in Avatar 2. I mean, you gotta prepare for a numb ass. It's 3 hours and 12 minutes long. It's a lot of fucking blue cats. But goddamn if it wasn't entertaining. It's got its flaws, but I mean, how often do you go to the theater and your jaw is hanging open? You're like in awe. You feel like a child of what you're seeing on the screen. Just like, whoa. Ooh. I don't know. I enjoyed myself.
Feel this way?
Carl didn't go.
Oh.
No, she wants no part of Avatar.
Why? What held her back? I felt like it's gender neutral.
She felt like the first one was kind of lame.
I mostly agree with Carl, interestingly enough.
But it's James Cameron, you know? It's his fucking passion project. James Cameron makes excellent movies.
For sure.
And like I said, it does have its flaws. There's a new character. There's a white kid who's all dreaded up named Spider who thinks he's one of the Na'vi. And he, like crawls around like a feral person, like he's a cat, and he snarls at people. And it's like, all right, well, that was unnecessary. I didn't need that goofball. The two main characters, Zoe Saldana and Sam Worthington? Yeah.
Has he just been... He doesn't do movies, right? He just does Avatar?
I mean, I'm sure he's definitely done stuff in the last 13 years, but obviously nothing as big as Avatar.
But like,
Hacksaw Ridge, Everest, Terminator Salvation.
I don't know, man. It feels like after being in the biggest movie ever, he probably should be a bigger movie star.
Yeah.
And he's kind of not.
But they've got the two of them to have kids now. There's multiple time jumps at the beginning of the movie. And the two boys that they have are pretty fucking annoying. Somehow the word bro made it to Pandora, and these two fucking kids say it more than an Armenian Lyft driver. They're like, bro, these sky people, we have to kill them, bro. Like, oh, come on, dude. This is fucking really taking me out of it with these fucking little turds saying bro every 5 seconds.
These bros are flaccidic.
And
they're broing down.
When any of the cat people get angry and they snarl, it's just like, come on, don't make them do that. That's stupid. I don't like the snarling. But it's
okay.
The action is fucking sick. It's awesome. It's half of the movie is basically a nature documentary about an alien planet, and the other half is just sick action. And a lot of the times you forget these cat people are goddamn 8 feet tall. So when they fucking attack humans, they're just towering over them. And the arrows they shoot at them are just massive. People just get obliterated by those fucking things. I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed myself. I hope that it's weird that this fucking thing has to make like $2 billion for it to be profitable. But I really hope he keeps making more of them. I know they're at least shooting the third, but I think additional Avatar sequels are kind of in jeopardy depending on how this one plays out.
Yeah, I think my brothers were telling me something how he wants to shoot 9 hours of Avatar 3 and then cut it before the studio has anything to say about it. So like it's pretty much what he's saying is I want an unlimited budget
Yeah.
and you'll get what you get. But I mean, the guy,
It's James
how
Cameron.
many flops has he made?
Not a ton.
Has any?
I mean, he
And
started.
it got all of the box office this weekend, pretty basically.
Yeah, but from what I'm seeing is it wasn't enough. They wanted
It
it to be higher.
made 134 million.
Well, what's the highest opening weekend? Didn't Avengers put up like 500 million?
That
Or
might
am
have
I
been
tripping?
worldwide, but I think domestic, either Infinity War or Endgame, I think has the number one spot of like a couple $100 million.
Endgame, 357 million.
Domestically.
Domestically.
Ooh,
Fuck.
Yeah, that is not good news for Avatar 3.
Right, because that much money is out there, and he didn't get it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, the world is also different
Yeah, people
now
are.
than it was when that came out.
Yeah, but how much money did Top Gun Maverick make? Like it's
Opening
still in
weekend?
theaters. Sure, yeah.
Yeah, Maverick.
I don't
is
understand.
mint.
I love that movie, and I'm happy it's doing well, but I can't believe it's still in fucking theaters.
It's kind of shows you how weak the movie industry is right now.
So it opened at 126 million.
Fair enough. It's got crazy longevity. That was the whole thing with Titanic, right?
I mean,
Like, I think
2022 wasn't a bad year for movies, if you think about it. I mean, it's not every year, at least for me, that you get a five-dicker, and I thought Everything Everywhere All at Once was a five-dicker. And then, the Batman, Top Gun Maverick, we got a new Jackass movie this year. I thought The Northman kicked ass. The Northman, excuse me. Barbarian was fucking awesome. I don't know. There were some good flicks this year.
I just think that not as many people are going to the movies, though.
Yeah, I think you still got a lot of people that are spooked by COVID, and we're right on the cusp of another giant spike or whatever, so that's probably keeping people at home.
Well, and if it's not even that, it's just that people have gotten used to not going to the movies.
Yeah, and there's
It's
also
not-
a quick turnaround on streaming stuff, like the fucking that Irish movie you hated, Jeff, is already on HBO Max. A lot of movies they spend a couple weeks in the theater and then you can rent them on Prime or iTunes.
Right. But that's not the plan for Avatar 2. And
No.
you
And
know,
it really
it's
is one
not-
of those things where
If James Cameron had his way, no one would ever be able to watch any of the Avatar movies on a regular TV.
yeah. Or a laptop, at least.
which is just that's a problem. That's a problem, I think. I understand the whole vibe of being like, this is a fucking major motion picture, go see it in the theater. But if it doesn't hold up on a TV set, how good of a story is it? How good of a movie is it? I have issues with that, I guess.
And that's because there's not much in the way of story and plot in either of the Avatar movies.
That's a problem, right? I don't know. I think that's a problem.
The bad guys are trying to kill the good guys and take their land. That's the
For the record,
sum of both parts.
I'm team human.
Yeah, fuck those aliens. Kill them all.
Fuck 'em.
Take their shit.
Who cares? Yeah, it's colonialism. We brought it to the rest of the universe.
I mean, it's not a out there statement to say that it is more fun seeing a big popcorn movie in a theater on a big screen. And
Sure.
Avatar 2 is one of the fucking most expensive movies ever made, if not the most expensive movie ever made. I'm not quite sure on the stats, but seeing it in 3D, the 3D was fucking cool. There were parts where they're in the goddamn forest with all the glow and shit, and there's bugs flying around. It looks like they're 2 inches from your face. And then when these bastards shoot those arrows, it looks like they're coming right for you. And you go like, ah! And you sort of dodge them.
Well, isn't the reason this movie took so long to make because the technology for what he wanted to do didn't exist, so he had to develop it in order to make the movie?
Well, and then they had to teach Sigourney Weaver how to hold her breath for 7 minutes, which, after seeing the movie, you did not have to do that to Sigourney Weaver.
Is that a legit story?
Yeah. Kate Winslet
what a maniac.
And Sigourney Weaver both learned how to hold their breath for like 7 minutes or some shit.
That's fucking ridiculous. Could die.
Yeah.
Trying to do a fucking James Cameron movie. Dude, this guy's like a third of one of this guy's cameras could probably budget John Cooper. You know what I mean?
Dude, you can make 3 John Coopers with that.
You use one of...
We get a whole franchise.
Pawn one of James Cameron's cameras, and we can make every single one of Kevin's movies with A-list actors.
If James Cameron would just get a pair of tweezers and pluck one of his pubes and let me sell it on eBay, I could probably fund John Cooper.
Dude, just straight up like, nah, I'm going to give you a 9-hour cut. You're going to give me a blank check, and we'll see what happens.
Dude,
okay,
I'm
James.
You, I thought Avatar 2 it's fucking worth seeing in theaters. It was fun. It was a popcorn movie. I was like, at any given second, there's something just crazy on screen to look at. And it was a solid 4-dicker. I thought it was fucking cool. And
Fair enough.
I'll watch as many as they make.
Yeah, don't apologize for it either. Don't apologize for it.
No, I will not apologize for liking a James Cameron movie.
No, nor should you.
Did you guys watch anything this past week?
I watched Santa Claus the movie with John Lithgow and Dudley Moore. I dusted that one off.
How does that? I've never even seen that one.
You should watch it. It actually held up fairly well. There are some things in it that are really wacky. Like it does sort of make forced labor look fun and exciting.
Well, that's because it is.
And there is this scene where Santa's flying through New York City and he literally flies directly at the Twin Towers and pulls up at the last second.
Santa's a sleeper
and
cell.
The sled and the reindeer go right, like sort of right up it. That was...
I guess there's a reason why you haven't seen that one, huh, Kevin?
But it was fun. It's really... I wouldn't say it's a great movie. It's not a Mount Rushmore Christmas movie, but I would recommend watching it, Kevin.
Hey, you get to see Burgess Meredith as an elf.
Yeah, which I didn't realize until this viewing that it was Burgess Meredith.
And
it is on
one of the
Prime.
best supporting actors ever.
It's on Prime and Hulu.
Hulu is where I watched it.
How many
yeah,
Santa
it's a
dicks
good time. It's an hour and 47 minutes. Dudley Moore is very funny. There are a lot of elf puns in it. Like it's very a lot more musical numbers than I remember.
Yeah.
Not like singing musical, but like the elves are working and it's just them working with Christmas music playing in the background.
Yeah.
But I would recommend watching it. It starts off very dark with Santa and Mrs. Claus freezing to death.
Yikes.
Within the first 3 minutes of the movie.
Well, how many Santa dicks would you suck?
I'm going to suck 4 Santa dicks.
What was that?
That was a fart. Kevin just shit himself again.
What did that play?
I tried to get, because the pooping Kathy is on the farts page, and I tried to get off of that page, and it played that gigantic fart by accident.
Word.
Oh my goodness! So how many Santa dicks are you sucking?
4.
Wow.
4 Santa dicks. I love this. This movie was in regular rotation for me at Christmas time as a kid. This was my go-to Christmas movie as a child. And so it has the 4 has a lot of nostalgia factored in.
Yeah, it's weird how powerful that shit can be. Like, I remember when I was a kid, for some reason, the first couple Christmases that I can remember putting the TV on, it had the the Disney short. I think it's Pluto's Christmas Tree. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but it's like Mickey Mouse and Pluto go out, chop down a tree, and Chip and Dale are inside of it.
Yep.
And then they get it home and they dress it up and they put the lights and the ornaments, and
Chippendales.
Chip and Dale are walking around the inside of the tree, and it's all festive with lights and ornaments and shit. And I always remembered loving that. And then, back in the 80s and shit, you were just at the luck of the draw of whatever got put on TV. So I remember that was like one of those things I wanted as a part of every Christmas, but I could never find it past a certain age. But it's on Disney Plus now. I always love that one. But it's super fucking short.
My parents recorded Santa Claus the movie off of HBO for me.
Ah, that's the move.
So we had it on VHS.
Yep, that is the move. What about you, Jeff? You watch anything?
Well,
That's all. Jeff and I watched the same thing.
and I think if Carl's correct, I think Kevin watched it as well. Kevin, did you see Don't Pick Up the Phone on Netflix?
It was on while I was writing, yeah.
Oh, that's how you choose to answer the question. You didn't pay attention to any of it, Kevin.
Yeah, I paid attention to some of it.
Did you find it interesting? Are you now is it now a true crime, Kevin?
As somebody who worked at McDonald's in 2001 and 2002,
Hit close to home, huh?
yeah, I was interested.
Hey, you've never gotten any of these prank calls, have you?
No, and I also never got the warning from McDonald's that somebody was...
You mean the warning that they never gave the restaurants?
Well,
even
no,
though
they
they say they did.
They claim they gave them. I never got that fucking warning.
If they had given those warnings to the restaurants, McDonald's would not have been found in any way culpable.
Yeah, but
So
holy shit,
McDonald's saying they warned the franchisees does not mean they actually did.
no, I'm living
they
proof.
They were clearly lying.
Yeah, I was
They were clearly lying.
I was a McDonald's employee. I never heard any of that shit.
Me neither. But in all fairness, I didn't know these things existed.
I didn't know it had happened either.
Right. I don't remember them talking about it in the news or anything. And I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. Like McDonald's management, like executives never heard about it either. Or if they did hear about it, they probably didn't think it was like, I guess.
Well,
if
no,
they
because
go
there
to
was a
court,
part in the
yeah.
documentary where they were like ordered to produce records, and they had records of dozens of these incidents.
Okay. Yeah. I stand corrected.
So they
They
knew.
dropped off like 26 boxes of evidence of stuff that had been
Yeah.
reported to them.
Yeah, they knew, and they were just burying it. Somebody could have tricked me and looked in my prison wallet for a missing purse.
Okay. Fair enough.
It blew my mind what had happened.
Yeah, for people that don't know what we're talking about, this girl worked at a McDonald's, and the phone rang, and it was a guy saying he was a cop, and somebody was accusing one of the employees of stealing money from them. So he takes the girl getting accused, the manager, into the back office, and the guy's like, okay, I'm going to need you to be my proxy and fucking strip search her. And not only do they both go along with it, it goes so far where she sucks some guy's dick because the guy on the phone said to.
To prove that she wasn't stealing, she had to perform a sex act.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, yeah, this was the craziest thing that's ever happened. Well, it happened over 70 fucking times.
Yeah.
What?
In
Look,
one
for small
form or
America.
another.
How could you ever... to the person that thought up this idea, I'm going to call a random fast food restaurant, pretend I'm a cop, and get a manager to strip search one of the crew. And I think they even got dudes involved at some point. It wasn't all chicks.
They did make a comment in one of the episodes, like they said it and they moved past it about a young female manager of a Taco Bell sexually assaulting a male employee.
Yeah, she checked his pee hole.
High five that guy, though, Murray. It's terrible what happened to Louise? Who was Louise? Terrible. She's a victim. Spoiler alert. She ends up winning the judgment and getting some money from McDonald's, which It's completely fair. Good for her. I have no issue
And
there.
I don't even think the way it seemed, it wasn't that it was even about the money.
Yeah, just
Well,
accountability. Some
Obviously,
accountability.
$6 million is not nothing to shake a stick at, but I think that they were more
looking for justice.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You could take her at her word for that, but then that other guy, the McDonald's janitor who ended up like diffusing the situation after she already blew the other guy, was like immediately after she said she was going to get money from it.
But
and
did
like
she
that guy
or
had
did
no
McDonald's get to him?
okay, but even the guy who did podcasts about that sort of shit, who was totally in her on her side, was kind of like, that was a weird thing to hear during the court.
Well,
you know
like,
who I'm talking about?
Yeah, but it's kind of like, I don't think if something bad happens to you, especially something that bad, and while you're processing it, you're just like, I'm going to take these motherfuckers for everything they have.
That was part of McDonald's. I think they got the janitor to say that as part of their character assassination that they were pulling on her in order to get out of it. They kind of like were basically of the, well, she was asking for it. She could have left the office completely naked and walked through a completely full restaurant at the height of the dinner rush and left, even though they had her car keys. She obviously wanted to suck his dick, and so she could get a fat paycheck. Like that was McDonald's whole stance on the thing. But can we talk about the epic fuck up of that Massachusetts police officer?
For sure.
Like, he is 100% the reason that dude got away with it.
Wait a second. Okay. I want to talk about this. I think the guy, David Stewart, who was charged with these calls, I think he's a victim, actually. Their case was so fucking bad and dumb.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that is what I'm saying.
Okay, all right.
That Massachusetts.
But do you think
police,
he was guilty? Like, I don't think that guy was guilty.
I did.
Oh,
absolutely.
No way. All right, go ahead.
They have him on video buying the card that they used to make the calls.
Bullshit. That was not a straight on angle. A.
Yeah, but it was
B.
him.
It's such bullshit. Like they
because
interviewed
the
guy's
Massachusetts
neighbors.
guy thought he had him dead to rights and fucking blew his load right in front of him as soon as he found out the name of the suspect. The day, like, didn't have any chance to gather any real evidence against him. That's how he fucked it up.
Maybe there was no real evidence to gain. Like they said,
but nobody will ever know. They didn't put any surveillance on this dude. They did. So if they would have, if that cop would not have confronted him immediately and been like, tell me about this, and given him the chance to plead the fifth, and then they just watched him instead of the next day catching him at a payphone for 3 fucking hours using a calling card.
But the guy had an alibi. Like
his wife. But he had to pick his kids up from school, right? I mean, he picked those kids up from school, right?
Allegedly.
According to his wife.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
He could have just been like, look, I don't have an alibi for those days, but I didn't do it. You gotta save my ass.
Bullshit.
I think it was him.
No, it's completely fucked. Like the defense attorney made a great point when he was like, this guy has never gotten a fucking speeding ticket, and they gave him a $500,000 bond. And okay, what happened to the girl is disgusting, right? I mean, the sexual assault, what happened to 70 people or whatever, disgusting, right? But at the end of the day, the guy made a fucking prank call, and the pieces of shit on the other end were too dumb to figure out what was happening. I'm not talking about the victims, talking about the assailant or the accomplices to these assaults, right? I mean, $500,000 for that crime when the guy has no record is fucking ridiculous. That is ridiculous, right? We can agree.
I don't know.
There,
I don't think having a record Like there are some people
I think
that
the severity of that crime 100% warrants that bond.
Yeah, there are some people that have no priors and then they fucking shoot up a school. Like you don't have to have a prior to do something awful.
I'm sorry, when you mix that with this guy was a family man, all of his neighbors thought he was a good dad. Like,
yeah, but people say that about
him...
convicted serial killers all the time. Like, oh, I had no idea. He seemed like such a great guy. He was married. He was a family man.
I don't know. When you add that stuff up, and then you add up the idea of him picking up his kids, stopping along the way to make a fucking prank call, and a shot in the dark, like it just doesn't make any sense. It's a stupid argument. It's like they didn't have enough evidence.
That's just going on the fact that was actually the case. Because like let's just say like you said, everybody in that guy's life was like, oh no way, it couldn't have been him, and that happens all the time. People that do horrific shit, sometimes people are like, yeah, he was a fucking psycho. It was just a matter of time before he snapped. But a lot of times people are like, oh, I never saw this coming. What a great guy. If you never saw it coming and like, I don't know, I got accused of doing something like that, you'd be like, that's just not in fucking, there's no way. That doesn't sound like Kevin. But if I was like, dude, this is fucking crazy. Like, I didn't do this, but like, can you just say you and I were hanging out? You might go for it. No, I'm saying just because that guy's wife was like, oh, that couldn't have been him. He was picking up the kids. Like,
I'm sorry. If the guy has a fucking alibi, he's got neighbors that are vouching for him. He has a job. He's never gotten in he's never committed a crime. I mean, at what point is it like, well, innocent until proven guilty? Like, well, yeah, they charged him with something and they found him buying prepaid phone cards. Is that weird even at the time? Sure. Is it coincidence? Yeah. Is he some serial fucking sexual assaulter?
Well, he couldn't be without all that previous stuff.
Say that again?
He couldn't be without all that previous stuff. If he was like, I've never purchased a prepaid calling card in my life, then it's like, well, yeah, then it's pretty tough for it to be this guy. But who the fuck bought those things anyways? I never bought a fucking prepaid calling card.
You want to hear something weird? This is fucking weird. Cheech has a prepaid phone. This motherfucker refuses to go to smartphones. He's got more money in the bank than probably all of us combined.
Maybe he did it.
He might be. He might be doing this, actually. He might be the don't pick the phone up guy.
It was Cheech.
It's like, dude, the only people that have those kind of phones are like fucking criminals and offenders, dude. Anyways.
Cheech better get rid of that shit, so if anything ever does, God forbid, happen, he does have an alibi. Oh, I don't have a fucking burner phone. That's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna have to be his alibi too, and I would 100% lie for Cheech. So maybe to your point, this guy's wife is
exactly
incredible.
Yep, there we go.
But
I just couldn't believe all this shit was happening while I was working at McDonald's, and I never even heard about it. That's wild. Like, I gotta imagine the only way this stuff could go forward is if the managers that were on the phone that fell for it, kinda in a weird way, wanted to do the strip search. Well, I guess I got it. The fucking cops telling me. Like, when I was a manager at McDonald's, if the phone rang and somebody was like, "Hey, I need you to strip search that fucking cute girl you work with," I'd be like, "What are you, fucking retarded? I'm not doing that." If you're a cop, come down here and arrest me, because I'm pretty sure I will be able to beat any charges of like, hey, why didn't you just take this random call at their word and take this girl's clothes off? And not only am I stupid right now, I was even dumber when I was a fucking teenager, and I still never would have fallen for that shit.
Bad look for small town America. Real bad look here.
Very, very.
Yeah. I mean, to your earlier point, that is pretty much like, that is kind of what happened, right? Like, these guys were presented the ability to have even more power than they already had, which is very little because they're fucking McDonald's managers.
Well, here's the thing.
No offense,
when they were talking about it, they mentioned that study about having people shocked if they answered incorrectly.
Yeah.
Like from Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And they said 65% of the time people followed through. So that means 35% of the time this dude probably got hung up on. So over 70 happened. How many did he strike out on? Because they even said that he would call, and when he had been doing it for so long that he knew what to say in what situation.
Maybe I have way too much faith in humanity, but I gotta think the fail rate was like 70-30.
I hope so. I mean, Christ, could you imagine, like, set aside for just the horrible, disgusting nature of the prank, but like if anybody floated that idea to you, and after you got done berating them for how much of a scumbag they are, be like, and also, what makes you think this would even fucking work? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And not only did it work, dozens of times it worked. Oh my fucking God. How, like, again, can't overstate how horrible it is for the fucking people that this happened to, but it just goes to show.
Awful.
Just goes to show, like, how gullible the general public is. People will just fucking believe whatever they're told.
I would kill someone if they did this to one of my children.
Yeah.
Nothing would stop me from murdering them. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Sure. Yeah, no, I hear you. But like there is like you can't be dumb. Like you gotta hope your kids aren't that. I don't know. I never really met Bradley or Traven, but you gotta hope your kids aren't that fucking dumb. There is like a level of just like these people are pretty dumb, right? Like I'm trying to put myself in them shoes. It's like
that were underpopulated and much more prone to listening to the police, and just these small communities like Blackfoot, Idaho.
Sure. Yeah. But
a lot of the stuff they talked from the victims, like a connecting thread, is they were like military families. Like my dad was in the military, and I was told to just obey every adult, obey every order. Like it might also be worth sprinkling in from time to time, but also use your head and don't let anybody fucking finger your ass or let some random person on the phone tell you to suck someone's dick. Like at some point you have to like teach your kids common sense. Again, I'm not victim blaming. I'm blaming these fucking parents that are just like, yeah, blindly follow every order.
Sure, yeah. And like, you got to think of how many times he failed and how many times he failed like with the employee in the room, in that it's like, hey, we got this employee that we think stole something from one of your customers, like bring him into the office. Like, it's like getting to that point, that's not ridiculous. Like, okay. But then once you hear from the guy, like, okay, now all right, take their clothes off. We're going to strip search them. At that point, it's like, all right, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. You come to McDonald's. I have to come back to work. I have to go back to work.
Yeah.
Fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, you got to think of how many times this guy actually failed, like his success rate. There's no way his success rate is above 10%, in my opinion, right? Like, so you got to think, how many calls was this guy doing? And it's just, I'm sorry, based on the little information provided about the guy they accused, David Stewart, he's a father of what, 2 or 3. He does have a career. He does have a wife. How the fuck does he squeeze that into his day? How can that happen? It
was all done between,
I think it's a lie.
9 p.m. and midnight when he was not working.
Bullshit. I don't believe it. But I guess
he had a cop complex.
I don't know, but so did the McDonald's managers, right? To a certain extent, that helped him out, or that did that. Like, what are they doing? Again, like once you get to the strip search point, it's like, all right, you're either fucking with me or you got to come down to the fucking McDonald's and do it. I don't know.
Well, let's address the elephant in the room. I worked at McDonald's because I failed out of college. Like, that's how my life ended up there. It's the whole premise of working at McDonald's is a punchline for failure. Like, stay in school. What do you want to do? End up working at McDonald's? So, like, they probably were able to trick a couple of these dim bulb managers into thinking, well, I don't want to go to jail. I'm just going to obey this cop. He sounds legit.
For sure. I think there's no way David Stewart did it.
Well, you always like to side with the scumbags.
I mean, I guess I'm just a defense attorney at heart. I don't know, man. Like I think based on the fact that they had a fucking jury of his peers weigh in on it, and they said he's not guilty. To me, that's enough.
Well,
like,
yeah, just
Netflix
like OJ.
OJ back into it.
OJ didn't kill his wife.
Come on,
he's innocent. Clearly, a jury found him innocent.
You have motive. You have bloody gloves in his fucking car. Like, do we have to go through the OJ Simpson case?
Like calling cards?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
They found bloody gloves, kind of like prepaid calling cards. Purchased in the exact town where all the calls were made from, and it's too coincidental for this guy to be innocent.
I don't think that it's clearly not enough to fucking to convict him guilty, right? I mean, the jury of his peers, you would think they're also dumb and gullible, right? It's from a small town.
Hey, they let OJ go.
Hey,
juries don't always get it right. But either way, it was an interesting and just fucking jaw-dropping story. Like every next like unfolding event is just like, you got to be fucking kidding me! What? They did that? Holy shit! So,
dude, that's pretty much all of these. I want to watch the new one with the Indian serial killer. I got to talk to True Crime Carl, see if she watched that one.
Detective Carl. Well, before
wait,
what's up?
How many don't pick up the phone dicks are you guys sucking?
I guess it was like 4 from what I paid attention to.
Yeah, 4 as well.
I'll go 375 because what they did to David Stewart was fucking wrong.
Yep, always siding with the criminals, Jeff Clark.
Oh, innocent until proven guilty here in the good old U.S. of A.
Before we go away for the year, let's chip away a little bit at Mount
voicemails. Yay!
Let's see what our fellow humans are chiming in with. Let's see. I'll fucking switch over to this. Fucking sploink up that. Fuck. Something we did recently got a ton of people calling in. We will never catch up. Never.
Could be something I think you recently did, or something that recently happened to you might have caused a voicemail spike. I don't know what that is, but
well, that would be a very delayed voicemail spike.
Oh, you mean within the last couple of days we've gotten a lot more?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's the bracket.
Yeah, could be.
That would track.
Christ. Okay, we did that one. Shit. Okay. Let me know if this sounds familiar, you guys. Oops. Played. Oh, God damn it! This fucking thing can't even give me a Christmas present this year, huh?
Mad Scientist Party Hour. This is your friend and loyal, faithful Illuminati listener, member extraordinaire, Brian from Houston, coming to you. Yes, you guessed it, from Houston. Driving to work, and I just finished listening to the newest episode, October 3rd. I believe it was 578, with Wu-Tang Clan, and I was really excited to hear about y'all's experience at the Wu-Tang show. The one here in Houston was fucking incredible. The show itself was very good. I neglected to bring earplugs, so by the time Busta came on, I had a fucking banging ass headache. But the security check couldn't have been lighter.
Could you imagine having a headache at a rap concert?
What is this racket?
It's got to be the worst spot to have a headache.
I like that he's pointing out how lax the security was. I feel like that's taking a shot at us for you making me hide all those blunts in my taint, Jeff.
Dude, our security was super relaxed. I
Yeah.
just wanted to get you to put stuff in your ass.
Where they
It
played was
worked.
at Toyota
What?
It worked.
Yeah, but then you smoked it.
Center, which is where the Rockets play, and that place smelled like a fucking hot box, man. Everybody was cheaping in that motherfucker. But yeah, it was a really excellent show. I didn't fuck with any of the merch.
Speaking of getting stoned, Shuddy Boy, how's the beezin treating you? We need a beezin update.
It has done nothing additional. It's just that sensation of the eyes, but once that wore off,
The
I
So
feel
goggles,
normal.
essentially,
The
we can
goggles, they-
confirm
they
that
do
Kevin is
nothing.
actually a pussy. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
100%.
Um,
Kevin would have
Yeah,
acted
I was-
that way whether he had the Burt's bees or not.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm driving to work. I'm thinking about the Dragon Jeff Clark because I'm taking a little trip this weekend to San Francisco. And I know that he probably just made a face when I said that because I remember your disdain and dislike for San Francisco. I am excited to go, and I'm excited to report back with my findings. But yeah, I love you guys. Second Jeff. It's always great chatting with you on Instagram. Can't seem to get a response from these other guys. Love you, man. Bye.
Yeah, my bad. I don't
Well-
check my DMs.
Suppose you can get some great heroin in San Francisco, so hopefully you enjoyed that. Their Mexican food, not too good. What else is good about San Francisco? That's about it. Apparently it's pretty easy to get away with shoplifting, so maybe steal some stuff while you're out there. I guess you probably already went.
Yeah, you're talking to the past.
That actually, though, segues into one of the few notes that I have for this podcast. Kevin, have you listened to the most recent Nas album yet?
Yeah, of
That
course.
I've recommended you a couple times.
Yeah.
King Disease 3. What did you think?
It's fucking awesome.
Fucking epic, right? I was going to recommend you get high right before you get on the... I don't know why, but I think this would be a good album to listen to while going through the airport. So it's like while you were traveling, maybe get a little high, listen to some Nas. Just puts a little pep in your step as you're passing through the airport. I don't know. That was my thought. But if you already listened to the album, fuck it.
I make airport playlists, and this one got on it.
The whole album did. I'm happy you liked it though.
Yeah, it was sick. All right, let's check out this next friend.
Scientist Party Hour. This is anti-cannoli Mike. Fuck
Oh,
cannoli.
here we go.
And
Boo.
specifically fuck the cannoli pastry that goes around that delicious cream. Because cannoli cream, delicious. Cannoli pastry, disgusting. Ruins the entire treat. But that's not why I called.
What a weirdo.
I had a health question for you guys.
Our specialty.
Maybe you can ask Dr. Steve if you don't know the answer.
Cancel this.
But my entire life, I have been unable to sleep on my back. And the reason being that it feels like my lungs are going to push my ribs out of my chest.
Are you a fat man?
Through the skin, go full
No, he's
quantum.
skinny, I believe.
Every time I lay on my back, that's how it feels. So I've always slept on my side or my stomach. So my question is two parts. One, have any of you guys experienced this or know anything about this phenomenon? And two, more importantly, do you know anything about weighted blankets? I know they're a little pricey, and I don't like to make any financial decisions, major ones, without consulting with my pro bono financial advisor, Jeff Clark, who does have a heavy hand in my financial well-being due to his sports bets. I do ride or die with the Dragons bets, even if I do have to find them on 4chan now.
He might he might not have enough money left right now to get one of these weighted blankets.
Take it easy, Kevin.
Also, fuck you, Jeff, because now I get a whole bunch of right-wing bullshit, fucking ads and shit on my phone because I have to go to Outkick and find your bets. So thanks for that, buddy. Anyway, weighted blanket. Should I spend the money, or should I invest that in farts in a jar from that 90-day fiance girl?
Farts in a jar. Farts
Your
in a
thoughts,
jar.
gentlemen.
Well,
I mean, if you're giving me two options, I definitely vote farts in a jar.
I actually got Carl a weighted blanket as part of her Christmas present last year, and she still uses it. She busted out, in the winter months in L.A. And I'll say, if you get cold winters and your house gets cold at night, or you just don't want to have the fucking heat blaring while you're sleeping, it definitely keeps you warm, and it'll hold you in place a little bit if you're a thrashy sleeper. I don't have one, but when I sleep at Carl's place during the winter, I do think the weighted blanket is kind of nice. It's nice and snug.
How heavy is it?
They come in various weights.
Yeah, I forget how heavy the one I got. I didn't get her because it does. The heavier it gets, it significantly jumps up in price. Yeah, I don't remember exactly how heavy this one was, but
so if Kevin was getting her a weighted blanket this year, it would only be a 2-pound weighted blanket.
yeah, she would get a napkin from Quiznos. There's your weighted blanket.
Are there Quiznos near you still?
I don't
Dude,
know.
I haven't seen
think
a
Quiznos exists anymore.
There was a Quiznos in my college cafeteria, and that's the last time I've seen it.
Quiznos
right,
does still exist. There is a Quiznos.com. Find a Quiznos. Where do we think they are?
Middle America.
Probably Mount Washington, Mississippi.
Actually, there's
where did
still quite a few.
Where did that don't pick up the phone first case happen with Louise? Wasn't that Mississippi?
So there's a few in Fresno, Modesto, San Francisco, Sacramento. So NorCal. Those are the closest to you guys. And to me, the closest is Newark, Delaware.
Oh, dang. All right,
Oh.
well, fuck
There
Quiznos.
seem to be several in Canada, Montreal, Hamilton, Toronto. and some
Well,
in
either way,
Detroit.
if you're interested, you can visit Quiznos.com
Sorry.
and find your own.
Who's not interested?
Everybody. Quiznos is like a pile of wet socks. Yeah, I'm joking. I don't hate Quiznos that much.
No, I think it sucks.
Better than Subway, that's for goddamn sure.
I would not go. Subway's cookies are better than anything Quiznos does.
All right, well, we're talking about subs here, not fucking cookies.
So, I mean,
It's called
Jeff's talking about the whole experience.
it's called
Right.
Quiznos
Just,
subs, not Quiznos cookies.
I think the subs are a wash, but Subway's cookies puts it a tier above Quiznos.
All right, let's see what this human has to say. Oh, shit, whoops.
The bad dad would pour some liquor out. It would always kind of give me the scoop on when there was new Subway cookie flavors. He knew it was up.
Yeah, Bat Dad was a real one.
Oh.
Ah! What happened? Oh, this fucking thing.
Hey, what up? MSPH. It's Daddy Clean Dick. I got a random brain question for you. If you're going down on a girl and while you're looking at her pussy, if the asshole smells, do you continue doing it just to please her, or do you?
The fucking asshole smells? I don't know, man. I don't know if I can speak from experience on this one.
Yeah, I would say you need to get out of that situation. However, maybe just walk away. But if you want to say something politely because you really love the woman, I understand that. But I don't think you can be down there if her asshole smells.
Yeah, that is
Well, play it through. What's up?
That's a unique
maybe
scenario.
He'll get me back on his side.
Do you fucking back away and go back up and just start fucking or whatever, or kiss her, or yeah, random brain question.
Yeah, Daddy Clean Dick's
Bye.
cracking himself up. I mean, if you're about to perform oral sex on anybody and you can smell their asshole, what's up with someone's ass? They still got fucking dingleberries hanging out? Like, that is... I don't know, man. I don't know if I can chime in. I've never smelled somebody's asshole.
Yeah, dude, this is a tough one. I don't have anything good to say. You need her to maintain her asshole better if you're gonna go down on her. That would be my recommendation. If you can put up with it, great. I don't.
Yeah, and for any ladies listening, if you're about to blow a man and you can smell his ass, like, you might not want to put that penis in your mouth. If that's the state of the ass,
Or if you smell someone else's ass.
what's the state of the penis? Yeah,
For real.
yeah. Keep your bunk pieces clean, I guess.
That was Daddy Dirty Dick.
No, that was Daddy Clean Dick.
Daddy Clean Dick. Okay, excuse me. Well,
I was confused for a second as well.
Oh, he
this
called
lady's got a
back.
dirty asshole, apparently.
He called back 7 minutes later.
Oh no!
I wonder if he has a
Just
butthole update.
It'd be funny if he was like, for the record, that's a friend of mine. That wasn't me.
Yeah. And my friend went through with it. Quick update.
Yeah.
Hey, what up? MSPH, Day Clean Dick here. I'm calling back like
Yeah.
10 minutes later to,
Yep.
Sure. 7.
I forget if I even said it because honestly, I'm day drinking today. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm fucking drunk. Yes. When a girl's butthole stings,
Oh my God.
when I'm looking at pussy, yes, most of the time I do continue.
Most of the time. How many rancid dumpster asses are you going home with? That should not be a thing.
Yeah, like honestly, if I smelled an asshole once while eating a pussy, I don't know if I would ever eat pussy again. Like, it might scar me. Right? Like, how you said most of the time. How many times can you live through that experience before you're like, you know what? I have bad luck performing
Yeah, it's
cunnilingus,
not
and
worth
I'm
it.
gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it anymore.
Yeah, it's saying something when you're calling into this show and you're getting zero camaraderie. Like,
Yeah.
stinky assholes. Dude.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
not one of us is on board with you, you're depraved.
Yeah, we were on the record for all doing weird shit. You're on an island here, buddy. But Godspeed.
All right, we'll let him finish and speak his piece.
It's just a thing you do.
Yeah. Okay.
Deal with it.
Yeah, it is a thing that you do. Oh, he must have fallen asleep. That was the end.
I do want more, just in the sense that are you like married? Did he say he was married and I spaced out? Like, is he?
I hope not after we're talking shit about whoever it is, his asshole.
Right.
Imagine if she's sitting there next to him listening.
I mean, if anything, he's talking shit about her. We're just responding to what he's saying.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yep. All right, let's do one more, and then we'll take our leave.
Hey guys, Canada Kent here. I'm actually standing on the street en route with my head in a relay box. Those are the boxes that we keep our mail in. I just heard my message on there about the booger eating, and it was extremely hard to hear because of all the wind, so I do apologize. I'm in a super windy area of town, right
Oh, so he fixed it by putting his head in a box. That's fucking smart thinking, Canada Ken.
along the Niagara River. So
Hopefully
those
it's a noise
super
canceling
windy.
box.
Yeah, so Shuddy Boy, I do have that Skeletor still. It is not up for sale anywhere. It is only offered to you. So if you don't take it, like I said, I am going to be keeping it. I don't have Instagram. I don't have Facebook, Twitter. No, I don't have any social media, basically. So the only way you can get a hold of me is to either message me if the number appears on the Google display, or I can always shoot you guys an email to the Mad Science Party Hour email, and leave my email on there for you to email me back if you wanted.
What the hell? It's like a...
Yeah, maybe I'll just...
Are we entrenched in a fucking He-Man drug deal right now?
Have them hit you up on Letterboxd. Don't they have any messenger function on there?
Do we have any emails regarding the Skeletor in the Mad Scientist Party Hour email, Kevin?
Oh, man. Well, I can
Shuddy,
only
don't pick
imagine
up the phone. This is how they get you.
how fun this is going to be to go through, because every Patreon notification goes to that email now, and I can't figure out how to turn them off. So any actual emails coming in take some real searching. And this is from 3 months
Canada
ago.
Ken, so maybe Google Canada Ken and see.
Let's see.
Not Google it. Type it in the search bar in Gmail.
Okay, nothing
Control
from
F
Canada,
it.
Ken. Let's see if there's anything from Ken. No.
I don't know, Shuddy. This feels like a slippery slope. You're going to end up doing a strip search on Skeletor and have his dick in your mouth.
Next thing I know, I'm blowing Battle Cat.
Which
Skeletor robbed
notifications
He-Man.
do you not want from Patreon anymore? Because I found where to turn them off.
Oh, we can figure that out after the show. All right, let's give Canada Ken the rest of his piece.
Do that, since it'll be so long for you to get this message and get back to me. Yeah. Hope you guys are doing well. Everything's good here. Enjoy those buggers. See you guys.
Yeah, just got my head in a box. You know how it is.
Wait,
Wow.
are you guys Booger Brothers?
I don't remember his booger. I just remember us talking about it. Sounded like he was standing in a wind tunnel.
Yeah. All right, well, there you go, friends. I hope you guys had a great year. I hope you guys have a fantastic Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's. We will see you all in 2023, and thank you guys so much for an amazing fucking year. Thank you so much to everybody who signed up for the Patreon. We saw, explosive growth there this year, and we're honored. It's crazy that we get to do this every week, and so many people are fucking pumped about it. It's awesome. So thank you guys so much. We love you all. And yeah, we are going to be off next week. So spend some time with your family. And if you're not caught up, you can check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. We are entering year 5. So if you've never signed up before, you can sign up now, filter it by oldest to newest, and just blitz through 5 years of wonderful, poopy, farty, doo-doo jokes on our... Oh, damn it. Damn it. Not as slick as I fucking thought it was going to be.
Patreon? Is that how you pronounce it?
Sign up for our...
Patreon.
You can also follow us on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
At Jeffro Records.
And at MSPH Podcast. Outkick Bets. Is that where to send people, Jeff?
Yeah, with me, Jeff Clark. I'm the fucking host, the producer, the editor, the handicapper. Coming out with a new episode every week, and I'm probably going to be
and the
doing
handicapped.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot more basketball content come the new year. I killed it last year on my basketball podcast, and I need to kill it even harder because my written NBA shit is terrible. It actually has me bummed out, so I don't want to talk about it. Listen to Outkick Bets with Jeff Clark.
There you go. Shuddy Boy, you got any Chuckle Hut dates?
Nope, I am I'm off tour until the new year.
Taking it easy. I can respect that.
Taking it easy. Just, sitting on my laurels, riding the wave of success I've had. I'm just taking it all in.
And happy early birthday.
Thank you, sir.
And we will catch you guys in 2023. But until next time, something